Next topic that we would be discussing is personality and consumer behavior. We need to understand that your personality is linked to your consumption pattern. I hope you agree. Your personality is definitely linked to your consumption patterns. If you want, you can check for yourself. You can see what all products that you have purchased, what all services that you have purchased. So there is a strong link between your personality and your consumption pattern. Okay, now first that I need to discuss is consumer innovativeness. What we need to understand about innovation is this is a psychology which is involved with consumer. Okay, you feel that you have created a new product, you have created a new baby out of it. So obviously as a company you would love this particular product. You know what, this is my baby, this is my creation, a creation which is not available in Google. I've created this. So you will be sharing a lot of emotions with your particular innovative product. From the consumer end, you know what is the psychology which is involved? The consumer is like, you know what, this is an innovative product and it comes with a risk. Underline the term risk. Why? Because he needs to use technology to assess that particular risk. He needs to use digital tools to assess that particular risk. So for you, it might be like a lovely baby that you have created, but for the consumer, it is a risk. Like you must have experienced as well in a movie theater. When a new movie gets released, which is not so famous, which doesn't have a huge star cast, a small budget movie where not so famous actors are there, but they have come together because the script, that particular story is very, very strong. So that movie gets released in the theaters. Who watches those movies? The people who are risk takers. Risk takers are the ones who go to the theater, watch the movies, they come back from the theater, they provide us reviews. So these are the risk takers. And consumers who are consuming innovative products are risk takers. You know what happens at this moment? From a consumer point of view, a risk is being taken for an innovative product, right? The advantage of this particular process is, if this particular risk taker who is consuming an innovative product is happy, then he or she becomes that unpaid salesman or saleswoman who promotes your product openly in the social media. You love something, you are an innovative consumer, you love that particular innovation which is at display, you start speaking about that particular product. You are doing the marketing on behalf of the company and the company loves it. On the flip side, you are taking that particular risk. Your expectation is 9 out of 10 or 9.5 out of 10, but it turns out to be 6.5 out of 10. You know what will you do? Though 6.5 out of 10 is still a pass, you start spreading the negative word of mouth because you're dissatisfied. You have taken a risk and it didn't pay off. As a result, you feel so gutted and you start spreading negative word of mouth about that particular brand. So this is the advantage and disadvantage when you're dealing with consumers with respect to innovative products. I have two examples, one on the positive side, one on the negative side. The negative side that I would like to speak about is Facebook Beacon. When Facebook was in its early stage, 2004, 5, 6, 7, they launched something called as Facebook Beacon. So what this beacon used to do, which most of you are aware of it, what this beacon used to do is that whatever websites that you were going online, it was getting cookied by Facebook. And then once you log on to Facebook, you start seeing ads related to your website surfing. So at that particular point of time, when this phenomenon was new, consumers felt that they were being watched. They took it very seriously. Right now, the millennials have accepted this fact. But at that particular point of time, for consumers, it was very odd. They were like, why the hell I'm seeing these ads? How did Facebook know? I logged out of my Facebook. I've totally kept the Facebook aside, but Facebook is still tracking my browsing patterns. How is it doing it? So it created a lot of online petitions, and ultimately Mark Zuckerberg had to say that Facebook beacon was a mistake. Now they are doing it. I mean, we have all accepted that particular fact. But at that particular point of time, that innovative strategy, which would have brought a lot of revenues, was a mistake. So this is the negative part of it. The positive part of it, you'll be watching that in a video.